In this installment, I'm going to be talking about worship services slash churches and preaching. I don't necessarily promote or decry any religion or denomination. I believe that religion is a great vehicle, but it is not the road. I think you can change vehicles, but the road will always be there. Religion is a fantastic business. I don't necessarily feel that's all that important. I see the way that things are going in the world, and as long as I've been alive, religion and church hasn't necessarily made the world a better place. That doesn't mean that it's bad. I met a lot of great people that go to church, and I have gone to church, but I think that you have to decide on your own why you go and what you're going to get out of it. For the purposes of this discussion, though, I would like to have you think about church as a place to go and study the Bible and to hear what other people say. I'm not that kind of person that says that every preacher has to reflect the Bible in every sermon. So some people say, "Oh, that's not Bible. That's not Bible." Well, maybe it is. Maybe there's something that someone is saying that isn't maybe directly referenced in the Bible, but there's a biblical principle that that person is talking about. So don't have predispositions when you go to church and have certain expectations or whatever. Just be open-minded and be ready to learn. So I think that's the value of church, is the learning and the fellowship that Paul talks about when he says don't forsake going to church. So be prepared to learn and listen and go back home and study on your own. Absolutely critical. So um, I ask people, why are you still in church? Or they would ask me why I left. And the reason is the same that I left college. When I graduated, I loved the learning. I loved getting good grades. I loved the study. I loved all of it. But when I left, I realized that I could take some of those things that I learned and start to apply those on my own and study on my own. The study didn't stop just because I left the institution. That's my point. So I did want to stay in school. I really, really did. I liked it. And a lot of people do. They stay there and they become teachers and things like that. Preaching and teaching are not the same. So when you think about a preacher, are they teaching you something? You have to decide that. I mean, not every sermon is going to be just for you. But don't feel bad about things like that. Just go ahead and if you feel like going to church or not, remember your relationship is between yourself and your Maker. God has angels, Holy Spirit. There's so many things that God offers you that you can always study and learn on your own. But I don't want to detract from church, so I wanted to make that clear in this series of messages that you just go there like you would as a learning institution, a place to celebrate and to be joyful, sing, raise your hands and your voice to the Lord.